Judy M. Baker. I am your president at Redwood Writers, and this is the kind of the midpoint of my tenure for this year. And I've been thinking about what makes for success. Planning, making a commitment, measuring what's working, what isn't working, making those adjustments. And you know what occurred to me? Not only is a written plan for my writing important, but there needs to be a budget included in that. And I've always been a little bit resistant to budgets, but think about budget in a different way. And I'm doing this myself. A budget of not only dollars, but time, activities. What am I putting in my budget? What am I hoping to take out of that? So budgeting, how much time am I writing? How much money am I spending on the process? Whether it's working with an editor, working with a designer, working with a coach. And this might seem a little revolutionary, but I think about a coach as, well, editors are coaches. They're helping educate me and hopefully you on how to do things better. And I am really looking at, there's an evolution that happens. And being effective and efficient can be synonymous, but they might be separate. And because it's February, I want to remind you about coming from your heart. If everything I do is about being relentlessly helpful, and that's the message that I want to get out in the world, it's the way I want to show up, it's the way it influences what I do, what I choose, what activities go into that plan and into my budget and into what I'm tracking, things will be better for me, and I think they can be better for you. About 3 years ago, I started keeping a gratitude diary. And that was after I read the gratitude diary. Every night before I go to sleep, I put together 3 things that make a difference for me. At least 3 things I'm grateful for every day. And now I've added one other element, which I think is making a difference as well. I didn't choose one word to define the entire year. What I decided to do is to choose a word to focus on every day. Things like relentless, focus, productive, curious, and so I set that word up the night before, right before I go to sleep. So my brain is processing and thinking about, well, how can I embody that particular word the next day? And it seems to be making my days much fuller, richer, better, and I'm getting more done. So I want to impart with you the idea that change can happen when you plan for it. You can't always predict the results, but if you do something consistently, you are far more likely to see the shift that you're going for. And as a member of Redwood Writers, I want to encourage you to come early. We start the meetings at 11, but the room is open a half an hour before that. So come and meet your fellow members and guests, find out what they're working on, what you might be able to help them on, where you are a step ahead, you can share that knowledge and be helpful. We're about writers helping writers. So what are you doing to share what you know? And don't be afraid to ask for help. That probably was one of the biggest lessons I learned 10 years ago. I'm a 10-year survivor. 10 years ago at this time, I was in the middle of a fight. I was very ill, and I had to learn to ask and receive help. Be generous, be kind, be productive, keep writing. Look at what is in your budget, your habits, your activities, and make sure that being here is in your budget. Spending your time here is part of your success story. On February 6th, Chrissy Langwell and I are going to be talking about the 5 things you need to know to have a successful author experience, to launch yourself as an author. It's on Zoom. You can dial in from anywhere. It's a prep for standing up, sharing what you know, sharing your voice, and being confident as you do it. And that's going to happen over time. Be part of the story, and mark your calendar, not only for the workshop, but we've got something happening in March on the 16th, author launch. It is a day to celebrate those of you who have published a book in 2023, and the audience gets in for free. So bring your friends, your family, people you want to be part of the community, and witness the beauty of the language that everyone is going to be sharing from their books. So Judy M. Baker, president of Redwood Writers, writers helping writers. Be part of the story. And I wish you a happy Valentine's Day too. I'll see you at one of the meetings, and hopefully in print.